We've got 2 bags. This is raw shrimp, so it's not cooked. Just spread it around, break up those frozen pieces like that. Perfect. Now I have some crab select. This is just the imitation crab right here, and I'm just using my kitchen scissors and cutting it up into chunks like this. Perfect, and just dump all that out. Make sure you get your plastic out. And this is just imitation crab, but if you wanna use the real stuff, if you're not on a budget like me, you can go ahead and get that. Now, a lot of people think that imitation crab means it's not made with real crab meat. This is just like a mixture of about 4 different crabs. You got snow crab, Alaskan crab, king crab. It's all just kind of smushed into one like that.
I did not know that.
The more you know. Now I've got some cooked, or not some cooked, I have some shallots, just a little bit milder than a regular red onion, but if you've got a red onion on hand, you can go ahead and use this. This just adds some really good flavor and some nice color to our very pink looking dish. I added probably about, I don't know, a little over 1/4 of a cup of that shallot. Now we're going in with some garlic. I've got my big Spice World garlic here, and I'm gonna go in with like, I don't know, about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little under 2 tablespoons of that garlic. And then you know me, gotta go in with the garlic juice. Get a little bit of the garlic bits in there, but mostly we're just looking for 2 tablespoons of garlic juice. That's just gonna really marinate on top of those shrimps and on those crab pieces. And I'm going in with some shredded mozzarella. This is the part skim. You could use the non-part skim, whatever you want. You could use the mozzarella pearls. You could even make your own homemade mozzarella if you wanted. Just going in with a little bit of a fistful. Now I'm just gonna start mixing this together just to kind of see what we're looking like here. Yeah, that looks good. You just wanna make sure that all of those shrimps and the crab have enough marinara and enough garlic on top of them. Yeah, that looks good, don't you think?
Yeah.
Ooh, and it smells good. I smell that garlic. That smells fantastic. Now we got a little bit more crab meat. This is the crab chunks. It's gonna taste exactly the same, but this just gives you a bit of a different texture. I'm just kind of cutting that into smaller chunks like that. This just keeps your hands nice and clean if you cut it through the package like that. Got 1 package, don't waste any of those pieces. This is expensive, even though it is imitation. These bags are like $5, it's not cheap, so don't waste any of it. I'm gonna go in with 2, and just cut that right down like this. If you don't wanna get your hands, if you wanna get your hands dirty, you don't have to cut it like this, but this is just way easier, in my opinion. Shake them all out. I'm just gonna use those scissors to kind of break it up a little bit, like that. You just wanna make sure there's no major chunks in there. Look at that. This smells so good. You can't tell me that imitation crab doesn't taste just as good as regular crab.
I've never had imitation crab because I literally thought it was fake crab.
Have you ever had sushi?
So I have had imitation crab.
Yep, most of it is imitation. Yeah, if you're in a landlocked state, you're probably eating some imitation crab. They just don't tell you. But yeah, it looks so real. Like I don't really understand how they make it.
Looks just like a crab.
Yeah. And now we're gonna go in with some spaghetti noodles. You could also use fettuccine if you wanted. I just love me some spaghetti. I'm gonna kind of get them all wrapped up like that. And this is the satisfying part. You ready? Use your muscles and break them. And you kind of just dump those sporadically onto there. I think that looks about good, don't you think? Might add a little bit more towards the end. Maybe like one more.
Let's do that last one.
Just one more. Felt like it was a little bare. And now this is where the magic starts to happen. We have a 4-cheese Alfredo sauce.
There we go.
And we're just gonna dump this right on top of those dry pasta noodles. A lot of people don't know that you don't need to boil your pasta before you cook it. You can really, as long as it's got any little bit of liquid in there, it cooks.
I've just been wasting time all these years.
Exactly. And this is like infusing it with the flavor instead of just, regular old water. You're kind of cooking it with all that flavor. Hold on 1 second. Gotta get my coffee pot. I need my water.
Get back over here.
I don't have a pitcher. So all we're gonna do, I have a coffee pot full of water and fill it almost all the way full. See, we're like a little over 2/3 of the way full. And now just take your hand and kind of go like this.
Getting the last of Alfredo sauce.
The last of that. Well, and you need a little bit more liquid on there than just the Alfredo sauce. So now we can dump right on top. And this is just gonna make sure that all of that Alfredo really cooks those pasta noodles and that we're not left with anything dry. We did that with one, but we are gonna do it with the other one. We'll see if we need to use all of it. Again, almost all the way full, but you need a little wiggle room in there. So again, stick your hand over it. Just give it a good shake. Just like that. Waste none of that Alfredo sauce. And you're just looking for about, you see where that line is right there? It's almost to the top, but not too much. Now we're just gonna kind of give this a little mix with those kitchen scissors again. Just make sure there's no big clumps or chunks, and make sure we got enough liquid in there. Oh yeah, see we got a little bit of a chunk there. You wanna get all that Alfredo sauce on the pasta. No dry nudes.
No dry nudes.
No dry nudes ever on this page. Oh, look at that. Now that looks fantastic. But you know me, we can't be done yet. Because you know what we need on top?
Cheese.
Cheese! You gotta do more cheese because more cheese, more better. And what goes better with 4 cheese Alfredo sauce? Just a little sprinkle of cheese, or a lot of sprinkle. Kind of eyeball this. However much cheese your heart is telling you, that's how much you should do. My heart always tells me a
More
lot,
cheese.
but if your heart's telling you that it's got too much cholesterol, you probably wanna not go as heavy on the cheese. My cholesterol levels are fantastic, so I do a lot. Ooh, yeah, get those edges. I see too much of that crab meat, so I gotta cover it a little bit. Look at that.
Oh, that's great.
Just like a little bit more. Spread it out with your hands. Don't be afraid to get your hands messy. Oh, now this looks delicious. We have
Let me see the layers. Oh,
a
yeah.
shrimp. You see the bottom? Look at how pretty that looks.
That's great.
All of those different colors. Now we have a seafood Alfredo spaghetti. Are you kidding?
Don't drop it.
This smells, I got mussels. This smells so good. Pop it on there. We got it on 375, and you're gonna cook it for about 45 minutes, just until that pasta's done. Ooh.
Golden brown.
Look at that perfectly golden brown cheese. I want to see some of that crab in there. So let's give this a little bit of a toss.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, come on. Look at how creamy that is.
Just mix it all up.
Good crispy, yeah. A good crispy cheese on top. I wish that everyone at home could smell this. Like, this smells way better than I thought. It's so fishy, so Alfredo-y. Look at that. Look at how perfect that is. You got a little crab, little shrimpies in there, and pasta. What could be better? Okay, let's get our taste test in here. Okay, Adley,
Oh!
you like pasta, right?
Yes.
How do you feel about fish?
I don't hate it.
Okay. This is imitation fish. So kind of like imitation opinions towards it.
Could have done without telling me that. You never remember to get the silverware.
I don't. Well, it's because I do the things.
What a
and
hostess. Okay.
Don't-
So, is it kind of like scalloped potatoes, but in a pasta? No?
There's not a single potato in there.
Oh, okay. That's just the
it's-
pasta I'm smelling.
It's Alfredo, crab, and shrimp.
Okay. Ooh, yum. Mmm. I thought about seafood pasta.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You really
yeah,
like
you
it?
like Alfredo and you like seafood, you're going to love this. Nothing to hate about
What
it.
would you rate it out of 10? You have to be honest.
Because I don't love seafood, especially crab, I'm going to say, it's personal taste only, 6.5.
Okay.
But the flavor of it, I imagine if you like those things, is strong.